Hi, this is Joe Smith, Supply and Equipment Coordinator with the Orange County Fire Authority. I'd like to take a couple of minutes here to walk through our new EMS Supply and Equipment Activity Report. This form is available on SharePoint, it's available on the EMS team site, and it replaces our current EMS Equipment Failure Report. Please keep in mind that when you fill out this report that it doesn't replace any other reports that are required by other sections, such as the Service Center, purchasing, or otherwise. Going forward, you'll need to complete this form anytime you experience an issue with EMS equipment that relates to things such as loss or damage, software malfunctions, operator errors, normal wear and tear, and things of that nature. Some of the desired outcomes we're looking for with a form: better patient care, in that you'll have faster response to supply and equipment issues that relate to patient care. Response readiness, accountability, in that the form was developed to incorporate automatic notifications to the appropriate supervisors, that is, supervisors, battalion chief, and the EMS section. Ease of use: the electronic report is submitted quickly. It eliminates the use for interdepartment mail system to move a hard copy from the station to the EMS section. Sometimes that takes place days later, whereas this new form, these notifications will be made immediately, and the EMS section will be able to respond to any issues relating to our supplies and equipment. Tracking: the information that we collect with this form can be used to spot trends in equipment failures, identify training issues, and plan and project our future budget needs. That said, let's take a look at the form. As you can see, I'm on Inside OCFA. What I'm going to do here is go to Operations. I'm going to look for EMS. That'll take me here to the EMS team site. Once I'm at the EMS team site, on the right side navigation pane, you can see an area here under Continuing Education Opportunities. You'll see this area called Links, and I'm going to scroll down here until I can find EMS Supply and Equipment Activity Report. I'll go ahead and click that, and that'll take me to this page here. Once here, I can open a new report by clicking this link. Now that I've got the form open, the first thing I'm going to want to do is select the report type. You can see here I have 5 choices: loss or damage, normal wear and tear, software malfunction or operator error, other equipment problem. I want to take a minute here to point out that anytime this is selected, loss or damage, that an automatic email notification will be required to responsible immediate supervisor as well as the battalion chief. So you won't be able to submit the form without putting the name of a supervisor and the name of your battalion chief in those 2 fields. So for the sake of this demonstration, we're just going to submit a loss or damage report. My name is automatically filled in. Rank. In equipment category, you'll have 2 options. You're either reporting an E-series monitor or anything or something other than that. You can see here if I select the E-series, this turns red and becomes a required field. This is grayed out and no longer an option. If I select other supplier equipment type, this is now grayed out and this becomes a required field, and I'll need to select one of these items here. Some of our supplies and equipment will have lot numbers. We've provided a place for that. So for the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to select an E-series monitor. We're going to say that we had a patient cable fail. There's not going to be a lot number. And I'll quickly fill these out. Incident number. Now I have an option to select one or more of these 3 options. It's important to remember that anytime that you select the box that says that this affected patient treatment or care, that there will be an automatic email notification that is sent to the EMS BC, the EMS coordinator, and the Orange County Medical Director. I'm going to put a check mark in the Property Accountability Report Completed if I needed to fill one of those out. If I submitted a report, I'll put a check mark in that box as well. And you can see here that because this was a damage or loss, that I'm now required to put a supervisor's name in both of these boxes and a battalion chief. I can fill out some comments, and once I'm done doing that, I can go ahead and submit my form. Once I submit the form, it'll take you back to this page. And from here you can click here to return to the EMS homepage. Just a quick reminder on equipment failures, especially our Zoll monitors. If you experience an issue with a Zoll monitor that requires you to move into a battalion loaner, you'll need to do a couple of things. You'll need to put the monitor you're in out of service on SharePoint, and you can do that by going here. Ops in service equipment, locate your monitor, and I've already put this one out of service, but in the event it wasn't, I'll go down here, I'll select it's out of service, I'll put a couple of comments here, and I'll submit that. Now that I've put that out of service, I'm going to look for an available battalion loaner. So I'll go in here to where it says battalion loaner, battalion 1. Here's a monitor. It's currently in service. That means it's not available, but let's just say that it was. I'll go here. Found this available. I'll put it in service, and I'll put a note in here, in service on engine 2. Okay. And now everyone, including the supply and equipment coordinator as well as the EMS section, knows that that monitor is out of service, in need of repair, and the battalion loaner is no longer available and it's in service on engine 2. If you find that you can't remember how to walk through these steps, keep in mind that you can always refer to the FAQ section on the EMS team site regarding equipment failures. You can follow my breadcrumb back to the EMS team site. I'm going to look for FAQs in the right navigation pane, and that brings me to this page. If I'm looking for information on what to do in the event that I have a glucose meter failure or malfunction, I can come in here, and I've got some simple and easy to follow bullet points on what to do in the event I have a glucose meter malfunction. There are some useful links here. I can find the user guide to get information on the meter itself, and if I can't fix the problem, I can always open up a supply and equipment activity report from here. There's a lot of other useful information in here. Something that's coming up here pretty soon, the time change on our Zoll monitors. If you can't remember how to do that, you can go here and refer to this page. That pretty much wraps it up on our supply and equipment activity report. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call in the EMS section. Additionally, if you have any input or any thoughts about how to do the form better or anything else here on the team site, please feel free to email me or give me a call here in EMS anytime. Thanks.